So just like all of you guys, hopefully at least, I've been in the house for almost 2 weeks straight now, and it's been kind of starting to get to me. But in a way for me, this whole situation has been kind of like a blessing and a curse, I guess, because I've had a lot more time to take in a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have time to otherwise. That means that I've been watching a ton of movies, I've been listening to a lot of music, and I've been reading some stuff as well, so I figured I would share that all with you guys today. I've really had the itch to make this video, and it's kind of like a departure from my normal content, but in a way I think this can be even more valuable than the fashion stuff. So I really hope this video maybe helps you guys discover a new movie or just some kind of media to help you stay occupied at this time. This is kind of unrelated, but pretty much anything I've been doing, I've been burning this incense from a brand called Shoyedo. I think that's how you say it. I don't know what it is, but something about this incense really just helps me decompress and like calm myself down. I've been burning it pretty much no matter what I've been doing, whether I'm watching a movie or reading or just relaxing. I definitely recommend that you guys try out some type of incense. So first of all, I'm just going to tell you guys about a few movies I've been watching. I have watched too many to keep count, but I'm just going to tell you guys a few of my favorites. First off is Her from 2013. It's a sort of sci-fi romance film with Joaquin Phoenix, who plays a lonely writer who actually gets into a romantic relationship with an artificial intelligence computer. It has really great, just stunning cinematography, and something that will be constant throughout all of these films. As some of you guys might know, I'm a cinematography nerd. It really just does an amazing job of capturing like the raw emotion of loneliness and heartbreak really well. Joaquin Phoenix, I think, just does a really great job of playing like outcasts or lonely people, and his performance in Her was no different. I just really loved everything about this movie. It was kind of unsettling and kind of heartbreakish, but I loved it nonetheless. Next up is 1917 from 2019. It's a World War I film about a pair of friends who have to cross German lines to deliver a message to stop an attack which could save over 1,000 lives. The thing that I really loved about this was the cinematography. It was shot to look like one continuous shot with no cuts. I was kind of skeptical about it at first. I didn't know if they would pull it off that well, but it was just executed so amazingly and it was really believable. The storytelling and acting was just great. Everything was so immersive and just really visually stunning to me. Definitely one of my favorite films of last year. Over the past few days, I've been getting my feet wet into Stanley Kubrick directed movies, and first one that I watched was A Clockwork Orange. It pretty much follows the leader of a group of violent droogs, as they call them, which is pretty much just a gang that runs around and causes violence and does messed up shit. The leader's name is Alex, and he actually ends up killing someone, and he's eventually subjected to some type of behavioral experimentation in prison. It's supposed to like make him hate crime and pretty much any sort of violence or like impurity. And the experiment leaves him really messed up, and he's forced out into the world to be pretty much tortured even more. Really violent, kind of unsettling, disturbing film, and I definitely only recommend it if you're looking for something like that. This was the first Kubrick film I've ever watched, and I just love this style so much. The use of colors and the storytelling and like the close-ups and everything was just absolutely great. The second Kubrick film I watched was 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is just a classic. It's about a group of astronauts who are sent on a mission to Jupiter, and there's a really like intelligent computer on the ship. It's sort of like an artificial intelligence that has its own personality and can think for itself. And the computer starts to act really suspiciously and kind of stabs the crew in the back, and a lot of stuff goes wrong. I'm not going to get too into it. Kind of scary how much stuff they got right about the future. Like there was a form of FaceTime in the movie. There's a lot of technological advances that just didn't exist back then that they kind of predicted. And in this, even more than A Clockwork Orange, I just loved the use of colors so much. It displayed every emotion that could be felt throughout the film, and it just absolutely mesmerized me. So I highly recommend watching all of those while you have the time. I loved every single one of them, and they were all just masterpieces in their own way. And before I get into the music I've been listening to, I just want to tell you guys about this magazine I've been reading. This is really the only thing I've consistently been reading, and it is System Magazine issue 14. As you can see, it has Yohji Yamamoto on the cover, and it has a really interesting like interview / discussion between Rick Owens and Yohji Yamamoto. That interview was just a really interesting look into Yohji's life and background, and I learned a lot from it. It has a lot of really interesting photography editorials and fashion stories, and I could just get lost in this magazine for hours, honestly. And I haven't mentioned this before, but I actually want to go into fashion journalism for school. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and I love writing. So fashion magazines like this one are just really fascinating to me, and I could just get lost in them, like I said. So I know this video is pretty short, but I'm just going to wrap it up by showing you guys a few pieces of music I've been listening to while I'm in quarantine. I think there's a pretty good variety in there. I hope there's something for everybody, and I hope you guys enjoy. As always, I hope you guys are just staying safe. Make sure you're staying home. It's really important. Things are just projected to get a lot worse in the coming weeks. So just do your part and stay home. Don't put other people in danger by throwing a party or hanging out with a huge group of friends or stuff like that. It's just irresponsible and immature and stupid. But on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and if you didn't, leave a thumbs down. I don't really care. Hope you guys are all staying safe. Love you all. Peace.
I do what I want, not all that I want. I stay here. Do I not make it better?